What's your name? What's your question?
My name is Delandia, and my question is, do you think when you are separated, you should date other people?
Kitty?
I'm so disappointed in y'all for screaming out yes like that. No, I believe you should not, and I'm gonna talk about why. The reason why I feel like you should not be dating when you are separated is because separation creates a lot of emotional confusion. On top of that, when you start introducing new people into your life, you introduce a lot of other things as well. You introduce jealousy and distractions and things like that. And then if there's a possible chance of you reconciling, now you've introduced that into your marriage. So long as you are married, you are still accountable to that person and the things that you do. And even though people say we're not going to get back together, if you're not going to get back together, then just divorce. And I understand that, separation and stuff like that, there is a time. But in that process, you also have to think about, how would I feel if this person is dating other people as well? How would I actually feel about this? Also, am I willing to introduce these new things into my life and possibly into that person's life? It's a lot of married people that I've worked with. I've worked with a lot of married couples. And I can tell you a lot of them say, we never gonna get back together. And they get back together. Because you never know what God is gonna do in your marriage to begin with. You never know. We make decisions. Now let me take it there. You don't wanna hear it, I don't care. One thing that I can tell you the enemy is good at is division. The enemy causes separation and division in a marriage to begin with for a reason. If he can isolate one person he's in, y'all seen it when it came to Adam and Eve. He didn't go to Adam and Eve. He went to Eve first. If I can get you in your most vulnerable state alone, not as a unit, I can tear y'all apart. But if I have you as a unit, it's harder for me to break you down. As Nate said the other day, I'm so glad I saw that video. As he talked about the threefold cord, let's just speak that way. God, husband, wife. It is a reason. In the Garden of Eden, God was still there, but they had free will. They were disobedient. When people separate, a lot of times it's because they're disobedient to the order that God has designed for marriage to begin with. God brought marriage into creation, and we have to remember that. I'm a married woman. There's no separation between me and my husband. We made vows in the head of God. We talked about what we were going to do. And if for any reason the devil tries to come in and destroy our marriage and separate us, then we have a responsibility individually to take it back to God so he can restore our marriage. So we have to be mindful of what we bring in. Also, if you have children and you separate, remember the spirits that you bring in from the people you lie with can come down into your bloodline as well, to your children as well. So we have to remember that there is a covering that we're responsible for when it comes to marriage. But I don't know if this is marriage or a relationship, so maybe I took it a little too far. But that's my take.
It was marriage, right? Separated in the marriage, right?
Yeah, I know somebody that it was a debate between me and a family member.
Okay, Trill, AC.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say this, baby. We done walk down that aisle. It ain't no such thing as separation. This is what it boiled down to. Now, we all need a break here and there. Now, you can break your upstairs. You can break your in the den. You can break your ass in a car that's in the driveway. But you ain't breaking your ass that's too far away from me, because we took vows and you my wife and I'm your man and we gonna work this shit. Because that's what we signed up for. Because when you open that door for break, and open that door for, okay, let's entertain some other shit. Now, external factors are getting into our marriage, and that's going to jeopardize what it is that we built. So, again, I'm not against a break, but break your ass upstairs until we figure this out.
Okay. Now, period, breathe, you guys are right. Cool. But sometimes we hear now, and it sounds like in this debate, somebody is saying, you know what, whatever has happened, I believe is not reconcilable, and I'm going my separate ways. We have separated, and a lot of times you have to be separated in some states for a year or so before you can even get divorced. Or maybe there's a process. It's a legal process in that divorcing, but that person in their heart has divorced their husband. Now, whether or not we agree with that, we be here now.
You also have to remember that some people use dating as a way to avoid grief.
Exactly.
And so there is a grieving process. And a lot of times in 6 months, you can't grieve what you have for a long time. You need more time with yourself. So when we're introducing new people, and we also have to be mindful of if we're using those people as a way to avoid the grief that we have to go through. But I understand what you're saying, but a lot of people are not using it for that reason. Wait until the ink dries before
I
you
agree.
decide to start dating other people.
My concern is y'all make it seem like the marriage is over when the paperwork is signed by the people that wasn't in the house with y'all. The marriage is over when that thing happens to throw the marriage over. Whether or not the city of St. Louis got time to sign and acknowledge my marriage is over when somebody inside the marriage betrayed the marriage. And at this big age, I don't have the time or the luxury to allow myself to think about why somebody had me. And just like a lot of times we don't use the same logic that we use in other areas of our life. It's like we get in these relationships and the shit just don't be logical. And I got proof. When you get fired, do you find a new job? When your lease is up, do you find a new crib? When the dish is trash, do you finish with the rose? That's what I'm talking about.
All right, thank you for your question.
Woo-wee.
Woo-wee.
So what you gotta say about that question, asking about is it okay to be dating, seeing other people with you when you separated and you married and all this other stuff? What you got to say?
I'm with Kitty. No. No. If you married, you even if y'all separated, you still married in the eyes of the Lord. So you do not want to be the one to step out of your marriage, okay? Even if your spouse was the one to do it and now y'all separated for whatever reason, I say do not step out on your marriage, even if y'all separated, because you still married in the eyes of the Lord. What you got to say?
It's true. It's been said already. You still married. That's creeping at that point. You know what I'm saying? So you gonna go out here creeping and that make you look bad. Just because at the end of the day, like they already said, you going and trying to find someone else or allowing someone else to come in is preventing the opportunity for y'all to reconcile and come back together and the Lord to do what He gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So you just let that ink dry, like they said, then make your move and do what you do. Don't be even texting, having no conversation. Oh, we were just talking. We were just friends. You know, move. Nah. Just, your phone need to be dry. You know what I'm saying? Let it be dry. Just keep it moving, I think. Because it ain't worth all that at the end of the day. And we don't care about, I need to still get my needs met. But go on. Just talk to Jesus. He'll meet all your needs and you'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it. And by a person stepping out on their marriage, even if they're separated, you would be creating a curse on yourself. Just like how Kitty said, you will be creating a curse. You lay with that person and even just communicating and flirting with them, that's adultery too. You don't want that on your record. You don't want that in your spiritual record. You do not want that. It's gonna follow you. Okay, so no, it's not wise. It's spiritually not wise. And you are destroying the covenant that has not been dissolved yet. You know, between your husband, yourself, and God. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be no covenant breaker. You know, let the Lord dissolve it. You know, you don't go breaking it. You feel me? And then creating all these generational curses on yourself. No, honey, it's not worth it.
And I agree with what Trail was saying, not necessarily how he said it, but I agree. At the end of the day, if we walk down this aisle, we just sticking it out and staying together. We gonna figure it out, go some counseling, pray, do something. I ain't spending all this money at the wedding. I ain't buy this suit. I ain't buy all these people, eat this cake, you know, eat all this food, do all this stuff, buy all this house, cars, all this stuff, and invest all this time just for you to be like, I don't think we can do this no more, and irreconcilable differences. But forget all that. You better go on upstairs, get it on now, and come back downstairs and get it together, because we ain't got no time for that. Divorce is just as expensive, if not more expensive than getting married. So you better just stick it out and figure it out. Ain't nobody got time for that.
For real. And the grass ain't greener on the other side, especially not in the years 2020 and beyond.
It's true.
It's terrible. I'm sure it's terrible. So you might as well work it out with the person you in this marriage with, if both parties are willing to work.
It's true. It's true.
Woo wee, y'all. Well, go check out stamps-tv.com if you haven't already. So much content on there. Free shows on there, as well as club stamps, our paid membership. Go check it out right now.
Yep, and while you're on there, go ahead and visit that Shop Stamps Apparel tab. We got great t-shirts, hoodies, just like these. Not hoodies, but these are t-shirts. But you know what I'm saying? We got great stuff on there, all Christian based. So go ahead, check it out, and get you a little something.
And go check out Stamps Essentials on the website. Click that tab on the website. So much to offer. We got shampoos, protein treatments, deep conditioners, leave-in conditioners, hair growth oil, hair grease, whipped shea butter for the skin. We got lip liners, and we also have our signature product, Stay Moist Coils hair system. It's a wash and go hair system, but you can also use it for twist, for single braids, and for perm rod sets. Okay, so go ahead and check it out. And this is all my hair, and all I use is Stamps Essentials to care for my tresses. Okay, you looking to get your hair to be fuller and longer and healthy? Honey, we got you.
It's true. And it work on waves too. You see how we get down. That's all I use too. Holla.
We out.
See ya.